This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, October 24th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. I'm not sure what's up, but Senate President Mike Miller has asked all 31 state Democratic senators to come to a meeting today to discuss his health and future. After this meeting, a news conference will be held, and we do know that there are several senators that are jockeying for position to possibly be elected Senate President should he step down. Miller announced in January of 2019 that he was battling stage 4 prostate cancer, and should he resign, the Senate President is elected by a vote of the Senate's 47 senators. Arundel County Public Library is adding on to a service that I didn't even know that they had up in Brooklyn Park. They are partnering with the Arundel County Department of Social Services and now going to be housing a licensed social worker in the Edgewater Library. There currently is one up in Brooklyn Park. Didn't know that. Social worker Nicole Fogg has been assigned to the Edgewater Library, and she will be there Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to 5. She's going to be able to connect customers with the services they need to achieve or maintain self-sufficiency economically, physically, and socially. You can learn about the resources available for financial assistance, immigration help, substance abuse counseling, and much more. And in a statement, Library CEO Skip Auld said, "The library is committed to providing the resources our customers need to thrive. This partnership is a demonstration of how county agencies can work together to better serve our communities, and it is a partnership that we hope continues to grow in the future." Honestly, I think that's a pretty good use of a social worker rather than sitting in some office waiting for a phone call to come in. Tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Pitt Moyer Rec Center, there will be the second public hearing for the proposed land swap for the Public Works facility. To bring you up to speed, Annapolis Mayor Gavin Buckley halted design work on the rebuilding of the Public Works facility on Spa Road shortly after taking office, and he has proposed a land swap for a 4-acre parcel along Forest Drive just adjacent to the American Legion. The city will realize some funds from that land swap, and part of the proceeds from that swap would be used to build pedestrian bridges across Forest Drive and Spa Road to connect bike and walking trails within the city. Now, the council was poised to move forward with this, but Alderwoman Sheila Finlayson put a halt to that. She said that she wanted to have a task force study the pros and cons of that, and that's what this group is. If you have an opinion on this, if you have some questions on this, I do urge you to go to the Pitt Moyer Rec Center tonight at 7 p.m. and hear what that is all about. And another big deal in the city, City Dock. And what are we going to do with City Dock? Well, we do have a City Dock Action Committee, and their work is coming to a close fairly soon. They will be making a final presentation to the City Council in December. And if you are interested in hearing what they've been up to, what their plans, what the future of City Dock may look like, you want to make sure you check out the Maryland Crabs podcast today at noon. We'd had a long discussion with Eileen Fogarty and Bill Kardash, who are the co-chairs of the City Dock Action Committee. To me, it looks like a pretty good plan, and of all the ones that I've seen over the years, this one probably has the best chance of survival. Last week, I was sort of dissing Open Table for naming Cooper's Hawk as the best date restaurant in Maryland. Ironically enough, I was at one last night up in Towson named Cunningham's, which is much better than Cooper's Hawk as far as a date restaurant goes. I do love Cooper's Hawk. But Wallet Hub came out with a study of the best cities for baseball, and they ranked them by large cities, mid-sized cities, and small cities, and Annapolis is rated the number 1 small city for baseball in America. I'm not sure where the heck they get that. Rounding out the top 10 in small cities, it's Annapolis, Clemson, South Carolina, Oxford, Mississippi, Johnson City, Tennessee, Starksville, Mississippi, State College, Pennsylvania, Binghamton, New York, Lynchburg, Virginia, Orem, Utah, and Blues Creek, North Carolina. Big cities makes a little bit more sense. New York, LA, St. Louis, Boston, Chicago, Atlanta, San Francisco, Arlington, Texas, Oakland, California, and Pittsburgh, all of which have major league teams. Interestingly enough, Baltimore nor Washington appeared on that list. And speaking of Washington, man, oh man, the Nationals are on fire, having won now 2 games in Houston. Games 3, 4, and 5, if necessary, are going to be coming back to Washington on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. My prediction, the Nationals take it in 4. All right, that does it for the top news today. Please make sure you check out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we do update it throughout the day. Make sure your friends, family, and colleagues know about us. And if you are someplace where you can give us a recommendation or a review, please do that as well. Other than that, hang tight. We have George Young with your local DMV weather forecast. It is Thursday, so of course we have Trevor with your Annapolis Makerspace Minutes. And all of that is coming up right after this message from Severn Bank.
Here's to the teacher who spends her weekend helping children who need a little extra attention. To the soldier who missed the birth of his baby while serving overseas. To the EMT working full-time and taking night classes. To the police officers and firefighters working long hours away from their families to keep our families safe. Here's to you, our hometown heroes. I'm Alan Hyatt, Chairman and President of Severn Bank, and we know there are many heroes among us. Men and women who serve without expecting anything in return. Which is why we're honored to offer our Hometown Heroes program to educators, law enforcement officers, firefighters, first responders, healthcare workers, and military personnel. Whether you're opening a checking account or buying a new home, we're here to give back to you. Learn more about our Hometown Heroes program at severnbank.com. Severn Bank, here with you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, October 24th. Yesterday's sunshine and 60s made for a nice fall day across Arundel County despite the breezy winds, and today will be even better with temps 66 to 73 for highs, with light winds for all. And the story outside will be a fairly similar one tomorrow with a mix of sun and clouds, and highs 65 to 70 for most ahead of a weekend in which we'll see a mixture of sun and clouds Saturday, with some PM showers likely, followed by more potential showers on Sunday with highs 59 to 65 degrees each day. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DC MDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores, and also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at dmvweather.com, so you can always stay weather informed.
Have you ever been to the Annapolis Mall when it opens for the day? Maybe you've noticed the line of folks waiting to get into the Apple Store. As you may know, I'm a Mac user, and today's episode of the Daily News Brief, in fact, all of the episodes of the Daily News Brief have been produced right here on my Mac computer. What you might not know about is Macmedics. They were founded here in Annapolis in 1989, and they are an Apple-authorized premium service provider, the only one in the Baltimore, Annapolis, D.C. area. And what that means to you is that they repair all Apple devices, including the iPhone screens and batteries, all without an appointment. And most repairs are done the same day, usually within 2 hours. They also sell everything except the iPhone and the watch for the same price as Apple. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. Give them a call at 410-757-MACS, or if you're not into the whole letter thing, 410-757-6227. Stop by their retail store in Severna Park on Benfield Road, or their service center in Lanham, right off of Route 50. Or you can always check them out online at macmedics.com. I'll tell you, they've saved me quite a few times, and I know they can save you.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Makers Minute, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. On Saturday at the Beverly Triton Park, they're doing another owl prowl. Join a ranger exploring Beverly Triton after dark for sights and sounds of various owl species. At the Ray of Light studio this week, on Saturday, they're doing Cool Koi for Beginners watercolor class. Learn how to draw and paint a koi fish during the Local by Design Artisans Market. On Tuesday is the final Girls with Graphite class, and on Wednesday is the final Make with Markers class. And at Local by Design this week, tomorrow at their Annapolis Mall location, join Jody Roberts of Cricket Studios and learn how to make a fancy wood plank holiday sign. And as mentioned, this weekend is Local by Design's monthly Annapolis Artisans Market, where you can join the artists in their studios, check out the stuff they do, and buy some fun gifts. This week at Art Farm, tonight is the inaugural quarterly author series, Mystery and Paranormal, with 3 authors who write in the mystery and paranormal genres, featuring Janice Coleman's Nightwalker, Lucia Robson's Devilish, and Lee Goff's Bewitching Hannah. Tomorrow at Art Farm is their Good Vibes Open Mic Night. Saturday is their Annapolis Improv Show with local Annapolis improvisers. The headlining troupe will be Roommate Love. On Sundays, the closing reception for Paul Gillespie's powerful gallery show, Journalists Matter, Faces of the Capital Gazette. On Monday is First Exposure, Beginning Photography Series Part 2, this time exploring different kinds of light, shutter speed, composition, and editing. And don't miss Art Farm's fall semester after-school programs for kids, including stop-motion animation tonight, street art on Monday, art foundations on Tuesday, and mixed media art on Wednesday. This week at Maryland Hall, on Saturday, check out their drone photography workshop. This is just one of the drone photography classes that they have there. Also check out the regular classes in pottery, digital editing, drawing, glass fusing, painting, photography, and wood turning, as well as lots of other classes. This weekend at Claybaker's in Annapolis, on Saturday and Monday, they're doing an old-fashioned glazed Christmas tree, and on Sunday and Monday, they're doing handmade turkey handprints in clay. This week at the Benjamin Banneker Museum and Park in Ellicott City, on Saturday, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Starting in the morning, there's a sled basket workshop. A basket maker will lead you in creating the perfect sled basket for loading up with treats. Basket supplies will be provided. Just bring your own tools, such as a pencil, scissors, tape measure, bucket, towel, and about a dozen clothespins or clamps. Early Saturday afternoon, they're doing Preserving the Autumn Harvest. Using late 18th century techniques, the park's culinary historians can show you how early Americans preserved food, from salting and sugaring to drying and smoking. The techniques are still very effective and economical today. Not too long after that, there's a tree walk and leaf craft. Walk around the grounds with a naturalist, collect autumn leaves, identify the trees they came from, and turn the leaves into simple works of keepsake art through rubbings, printings, and waxing. And then later that night is a spooky hike and campfire. Walk the woods and listen for haunting sounds on a moonless night, then warm up by the campfire and share some spooky stories over s'mores. This week at the Arundel County Public Library System, tonight in Linthicum is Build and Play with Legos. Saturday at the Maryland City at Russet Library, there's 3D modeling. Saturday at the Broadneck Library, there's Sensory Safari for ages 3 through 5, learning about our 5 senses and how animals use their senses to survive, presented by the Maryland Zoo. On Monday at the Eastport Annapolis Neck Library is STEAM Monday, and on Tuesday at Mountain Road is their Robotics Night, learning about robotics with the Chesapeake High School Robotics Team and First Lego Club. This week at Pongo's Learning Lab and Coder Kids Club in Crofton. Saturday they're having a teen gaming and escape room, a gaming night including current and retro consoles and computers, as well as teen-friendly card and board games. They'll also have an opportunity to attempt the Escape the Zombie Herd RV escape experience throughout the night. Pongo's also has their regular gamer club, modding Minecraft with Java, Hour of Code, Little Scientist Club, Builders Club, Drone Flight School, robotics clubs, YouTube stars and animators, intro to animation, as well as stop-motion animation classes. And this week at Annapolis Makerspace, tomorrow night I'll be doing another laser training class, showing people the ins and outs of using our new laser cutter. Anyone who's interested in laser cutters and engravers is welcome to come and check it out. And any of our members that are interested or need a refresher should drop by as well. And as always, Wednesdays is our woodworking open night, and Thursdays is our electronics open night. And you can catch me tonight and most Thursday nights at Annapolis Makerspace on Renard Court for electronics night. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
When a ring from the United States Naval Academy comes into Zachary's for a center stone, it always makes us wonder, where's this one going? Where's this one been? A nuclear sub in the North Atlantic? A carrier deck in the South Pacific? The moon? 52 astronauts are Academy graduates, from Iwo Jima to Okinawa, Corregidor to the Coral Sea, Midway to the Persian Gulf, Congress to the White House. These rings go where America goes. 73 that went to war were awarded the Medal of Honor. But wherever they go, wherever they may serve, our admiration goes with them.
Zachary's. Online at zacharysjewelers.com. More than a jewelry store, a jeweler.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.